What's going on, everybody? It's PapaStones coming back with another video. You know what time it is. It is Market Watch Wednesday. We're going to jump right into this thing. We're in best selling. First things first, we got Twilight's display boosters. Pretty cheap comparatively to Spark and last set originally. I actually just pre-ordered 3 boxes for myself. Well, 6, but I'm splitting the case with a buddy. So I will be opening them, making some vids if you guys want to check those out later on down the line. But yeah, so there's that. Spark boxes are still absurd, and Shadows boxes are still in the dumps. I'm surprised Spark boxes are as much as they are, to be honest. I don't know if it's just because they're so hard to find, but all the prices are semi cheap. Like, say you even pulled a Vader, a Boba, a Luke in no showcase, you wouldn't even make your money back. Maybe on some of the rares, right? But like just on legendaries alone, like you'd expect at a price like this, these would be like higher priced, you know. So definitely don't waste your money on those. There's a reprint coming also soon. So speaking of, we got Vaders. Let's see, 45. It's kind of absurd. I'm surprised it's lower than it was. I know it was like 50 or so last week. I don't know why, if it's just the reprint coming that it's going down, but I think I'm surprised by that one just because of how dominant Boba Green has been. And even in next set, I think Vader will still be playable, right? It's just such a good card. So who knows? Like I said, it's got to be just people getting ready for the reprint, selling them. But I still think Vader will hold decent value. Same with Luke's. They're like 40s or so, right? There's a list I was toying around with for Chancellor Palpatine that's playing this. So, also, I think Yoda next set will be pretty relevant. Yoda leader, if there's a way to make heroism control work. And it'll definitely run 3 Lukes. That's like a guaranteed. So, either wait for the reprint or pick them up if you haven't already. There's options there. Boba's going a little downhill. Big surprise, I guess. People are. It's not even that it's a bad card, right? Like, Boba will definitely still see play unit wise. But it's just like you. In the relevant decks that are playing it right now, especially like Boba Green, Boba Yellow, whatever. Boba Yellow, it's kind of nice, but Toro's an easy replacement if you don't need them. And in Boba Green, like, it's okay, right? It comes in good off of Vaders and stuff, but like your 3 resource, you want to be ramping anyways, so you don't care as much. So that could be why. Darksabers are kind of down in the dumps. $20 for this. It's a good upgrade, don't get me wrong. I don't know. That one's kind of surprising to me. Can't think about that one. Vigilance, though, 36, still where it was. Good card. It's good. If it's good enough to be played out of aspect, it's a solid card, right? I think all the double aspect stuff are worth it, to be honest. So, like, cunning and whatnot. But yeah, we got Poe here. Let's see, what do we got? $24. It's not terrible, right? It's a good card. It just kind of it needs ECL. Maybe that's why it's not getting as much love. But same with Crate Dragon. It's just kind of too slow. Han and Ray are playing Crate though, so I'm kind of surprised it's not like 20. I guess maybe 25, but is what it is. Falcon, I think this card's solid regardless. I've been saying that for weeks. I'm surprised they're only $20. It's definitely a good card. Maybe it's just because it's a cheaper legendary, right? Like Kylo TIE Silencer. Like, that card's super playable, right? But it's just a 3/2 spaceship. At the end of the day, you could play a replacement that has the same stats, that just has like a, mercenary gunship, for example. Has the same stats, but the effect's a bit worse, right? So, but you could play that and save yourself. Speaking of, save yourself $13. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's the same concept with Falcon, but who knows? Um, Avenger, $20 still. I feel like this card gets worse next set, which is kind of the problem. But at the same time, if you're doing well at controlling the board, maybe it's still good, right? But with all the tokens that are going to be floating around, like you kind of have to have Snoke and this on board to make it feel as valuable as it did against token decks, right? But maybe I'm tripping. And speaking of Snoke, they're trending downward, surprisingly. Um, I think these cards are worth owning. Like, I was a proprietary hater of Snoke when it got announced, right? Like in set 2. But once set 3 and tokens came out, this card's value in my mind went through the roof. I think it's too good. If you don't have them, I would grab them if you're planning on playing anything blue villainy. Um, Moving on, though, we'll get into page 2 here. A lot of showcases. Malls at 5s. That's okay, I guess. K2. Oh, I gotta see this. 538 for this. 650, I guess, for the rest of them. I feel like there's no way that card's that cheap. I think it's gotta be. Everything from set 1's kind of trending down too now. It's gotta be people just anticipating the reprint, or maybe just people selling out or whatever. But the card's too good. Like, it's an aggro tool, it's a discard tool, it's a 4/4 with overwhelm. Like, it gives you so many options. I feel like K2 is solid. Moving on, though. Home ones are still cheap-ish. Not too crazy, I guess. It's kind of where they've been at. Worthwhile pickup if you're planning on coordinating next set. I think it's a one card turn on your coordinate unit that's already on the field, which is kind of decent, right? What else we got? Boba. Or, it's not even Boba, it's Fet's Fire Spray. You could play this in Django next set. Keep that in mind. It's still $5. Mandos are dirt. Hotshot DL's 4 or 3 something. Ray. Okay, 0 items sold since September 26th. Nobody's buying these, so I was about to say it looked like it kind of was going upward from where it was sitting, but the fact that Barrage is an uncommon and they're $4 is disgusting. How many have sold? Oh my goodness. Last week 41 sold. The week before 55, or last 2 days of last week 41 sold, then 55 sold, 32. Like, maybe this is why Spark Boxes are so much. You're hoping to open 24 packs and they all have an overwhelming barrage. Like, it's nuts, dude. Moving on, though, you got Fallen Lightsabers. Still freaks me out that this card's expensive. I don't know why it's $6. There is no world where this card should cost more than K2SO. I don't understand. But maybe next set it gets more value. Who knows? I haven't tested out any Force villainy decks for next set. So maybe, but I don't get it. Moving on, though. U-Wings, I talk about these generally. I think this card's insane for next set. 440 plus 120, about 5-ish, 550. Definitely worth grabbing U-Wings if you're planning on playing Heroism in any sense. That includes green, I guess. Being able to turn on your coordinates on one card is too crazy. I think that card's going to be insane if there is Heroism decks that can take advantage of it. What the... No way. moderately played, but a near mint for $3. That's kind of nuts too. I think Wrecker's super solid. I think it'll continue to see play in red-white strategies, aggro strategies, control strategies, maybe a little less just because you have to sacrifice a resource. But sometimes it's worth it to do 5 damage. Like, I think Wrecker will continue to see play. I don't think they're $3. I think they're at least 5s. Got Force Lightning still. I was talking about this one last week. It's definitely not a horrible card. If Clone sees play, right, the card goes through the roof. However, who knows if Clone will see play just because it costs 7 to copy something. But I think if it does, right, you'll be thankful you had your Force Lightnings. But can't guarantee that one. Moving on. What else do we got here that looks enticing? Tech, I think, is still a house of a card. $3 with shipping. It's worth having. I feel like Tech will always be solid. Just for, I mean, definitely, like, you're probably not playing it in, like, an aggro deck for the most part. But I think for control or mid-range, I think Tech is valuable. Same with Triple Dark Raid. It's definitely, you gotta be somewhat vehicle focused, but it doesn't have to be in like the Grand Moffs or the Boba Reds and stuff like that. Like, I think the card just gets better with better spaceships, so keep that in mind. Change of Heart's okay. Trader is cheap. What else do we got here? Spark of Rebellion still at $2. Maybe it just stays there. Like, I still think that card's better than that, to be honest. It's Bazine on crack, right? Because, I mean, sure, Bazine gets you a body, but this lets you take something and not let him replace a card, which is pretty nice. And Heroism has enough hand disruption that you can do stupid stuff with this. Moving on, though. A lot of hyperspace stuff. Evacuates, I think, are also kind of worth a pickup currently. Just because tokens specifically, and it's neutral, so you could play it in any yellow sort of strategy, villainy or heroism. I don't think it's a bad card by any means. Moving on, though. What else we got? We're kind of in the lull state. PQs are almost over. Set 3's on the way, right? We're probably not going to see too many market changes from here on out. But you never know. It could see some. What do we got here? Second chance for $2. Sad. Oh, excuse me. Seeing legendaries under $2 is just crazy. If you don't have them and you want them just for safekeepings, it's definitely a decent time to buy them. Like I said, I mean, if it ever sees any relevance, the price goes through the roof, right? Because it's a legendary. So definitely when we head up, our PQ is this weekend. When we head up, I will definitely be looking for some of the cheaper legendaries and just looking to stock up on stuff like that. But who knows? Moving on, though. Gideons are still kind of creeping up, damaged and near mint for 1 more cent. That's a tough call there. Gideon's good. I think Gideon's even better next set with all the token stuff too. So Gideons are definitely worth holding on to. What else do we have, though? Swoop down, 99 cents. Walker for $1. Nothing too crazy here is what it's looking like. Bombing Run also not a bad pickup. Um, being able to clear out an arena might be pretty nice next set. Hmm. Final showdowns for dirt. That's kind of crazy. I want that card to be decent, right? Like, I think alternate win-loss conditions are kind of cool. I mean, it's not like necessarily that like that. It's not like for the people who know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not like Exodia or something like that. But it it's win this turn or lose the game, basically, which I think is always interesting in games. But you don't want it to be like overpowered, though. Who knows? I still think Endless Legions is terrible, though. I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't pick this up. I was just saying things under $2, but just I don't know. Maybe there becomes a world where you can ramp so hard that you'll get to 14, but you don't really need to be at 14, and you can afford to play a bunch of resources. But I just feel like it's not great. We'll see. Who knows? What else do we have here? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Nothing that stands out, at least. We got Chopper for 90 cents. Governor. I feel like this card just keeps getting better. They're doing a lot of announcing cards with the same names nowadays. If there is a rotation, it'll probably be worse, right? But they haven't actually said anything about rotations. And if they just keep printing cards with the same name, because obviously there's so many they can print out, right? Like Governor gets solid. It's only $1 too, so probably worth owning. Nothing else too crazy on this page. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Hey, are you bullying the cat? Animals, man, I swear. Oh, wow. This is kind of... I didn't expect to see a pre-sale on best selling, but it is Darth Maul for $30. Let me see this. There's 3 items sold at $30, and 1 sold at $29.78. This card's cracked. Being able to attack 2 units, I mean, it's a pre-sale, so it might go down, right? But I feel like this is definitely one of the better legendaries in this set. A 5/6 for 5 that can attack twice. Obviously with ECL this is going to be a house, but at the same time, if this just sticks around one turn and then next turn, like, there's so much cool stuff. Like, honestly, the way this works, right, you could clear two, say it doesn't get attacked, or you ECL it, right? Like, you could clear 2/2/2s and still have a 5/2 body, or you could do like crazier stuff, right? Like, say they have 2 5/5s on the board, right? You can clear both of them and then die. Like, this card's solid. I hope to pull some of these, to be honest. I'm not sure I'll be playing red-black. If there is a red-black deck, it'll definitely go in, though. This card's good. A little side note there. Haven't talked too much. Well, I mean, I've talked a decent bit about the next set, but hopefully I'll probably do, once everything's like officially spoiled out, I'll probably do like a ranking of like top 10, maybe top 20, who knows. We'll see what I can narrow it down to. Cards that I think will come out of this set. I just recently did one for leaders. I've got high hopes for next set. Who knows about price-wise, but from a gameplay standpoint, I think next set will be fun to play in. However, it could just ramp up Boba Fett and make Boba Fett even better. So, who knows? We'll see. Moving on, though. Back to the actual reason you are here. And it's nothing too crazy. This is usually where I end up calling it anyways. Page 10-ish. Gotta always give my shout-outs to Tarful Watch Wednesday. We're gonna check the hyperspace. This is more important. 240 for the hyperspace. None sold. I'm a little offended. This is what we're talking about. A month ago, 3 of them sold for $277. That's what we're talking about right there. So stay on that Tarful watch. I don't think it got enough support, sadly, but I mean, what can you do, right? We'll hope for the best. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you're up to. If you're buying, selling, whatever it may be, feel free to let me know. And make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you haven't already. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.